Hey guys, Bruce Ritter from RegimenWalking.com. Just out walking early in the morning. You can see it's almost daylight. Looks really beautiful this morning. I'm just near the three parks that are together, the English Park, the Children's Park, and I forgot the other name. Ordinance. I really can't remember. I've spent a lot of time in this area. I love the parks. I used to come here to Best Western and use their fitness center, their gym. It was a 24-hour gym, and I'd come about midnight every night so I could be alone, and really loved it. It doesn't have a lot of equipment, but it seemed to be really cheaper than a lot of the others, and it was 24 hours, which I really liked. I probably should have walked through the park, but I haven't walked the street here in a while. I think that's probably a nice way to get around early in the morning if you're not wanting to walk. It looks like all of the gates are closed to this park, but on where the tunnel is at, I don't think they have a gate. But I could be wrong. I've noticed a lot of people like to go to this center park early in the morning like this and jog around it or walk around it quickly. I've already seen 2 people jogging in there this morning. My wife and I thought about living in this area before, back in the Glendale area. I think on Argosy Street. And when we first moved to Yerevan, you could find apartments there really cheap, like between $300 and $400 a month. But I'm sure now you won't find anything probably cheaper than $600 a month. I had heard both good and bad reviews about the Glendale apartments. And we finally decided, since it was kind of a long walk from Republic Square and not a lot of stores around, there were a few, we decided to try somewhere else. When we were first living here, we wanted as close to Republic Square as we could get. Now they have this park closed off also. I thought I had been here this early in the morning and it was open, but maybe it wasn't this early. So we wanted to live as close to Republic Square as we could. So the first week when we moved here, we stayed in the Arab Uni Hotel right at Republic Square, just across the street. And really liked it. We had stayed there before on a trip here. Loved the free breakfast. After that week there, we had booked an apartment on Pushkin Street. Excellent apartment. Really nice owner. And we stayed there for 1 month. And that gave us time to look for a long-term apartment. That was when we were checking out the Glendale area and lots of other areas. Then one day we're looking for apartments. We came to this street, Zakian Street, looking at an apartment. Unfortunately, it was a studio, and we were looking for a 1-bedroom. But I really loved the street for how nice and quiet it was, and the location. So we started looking for apartments near here and found one just off of Zakian Street, close to the intersection of Armenian and Mashtot. And we moved there, a really nice apartment. Kind of a, for me, it was like a party apartment. That's where we spent, I think, our first Christmas and New Year's. I think we had parties on those days there. Really exciting times when you're first living here. This is actually where we looked at that first apartment at. I think right here. I believe that one, but I'm not positive. But I was just so impressed by how nice this area was and how quiet it was. We came at nighttime to see how the streets were, if they're lit up, if just anything good or bad about it. And it was so peaceful, just sitting on a bench beside the street, watching a few people going by and the cars. So I really like Zakian Street. And I really like this street. This is actually across the street is where we sat late at night, just enjoying it. You can see how peaceful and quiet it is here. So this was my old neighborhood. This apartment building here is where we actually found that next large apartment where I had the parties at Christmas and New Year's. Really loved living here. It wasn't really exciting looking out the windows like it is at Gun Market now. But it was really peaceful here. There was an old dog that lived in this dog house. I don't know if you can see it. That's the roof there. But we would bring our scraps out every day and feed the old dog. It was crippled, could barely walk. And I guess it finally died one day. It wasn't here anymore. And I never saw it again. It was really looked bad. Its hair was all matted up and really nasty. And I always thought probably no one ever pets this dog just because of how it looks. So I would always try to pet it and scratch its ears. And I hope it got to live its last days happily. At least I know it had plenty to eat. After our contract was up in that apartment, they were going to start renting it on a daily basis in the summer. So we found this apartment, this building had an apartment for rent for $450, which was less than the last one. It was a little smaller, but really nice apartment. And we stayed there until the prices went up really high. And that's when we moved to Gun Market. We also rented an apartment in that building and tried to re-rent it daily on Airbnb just to see what that was like, but it really ended up being a lot of work for very little money because you had to price it so low to stay competitive. And I decided I didn't want that kind of work. A lot nicer to just live retired and enjoy being able to get out early and walk or whatever you want to do. Right there is Mashtot Street, and just past You can see the highest building right there is on Marion Street. It's a really nice neighborhood to live in. Stores and vegetables and lots of different shops all around you. So hey guys, I've showed where I've been living these last 2 years and talked about the other places. So I guess I'll shut off this video and talk to you later. Thanks everybody for watching, and hope you'll subscribe.